Hello Internet, Johnny DL here. So I've been recording videos whilst I'm ready for me to go to Leeds and Latitude. I don't know what order I'm putting them out, which is why this is at the end of at the beginning of every single video I'm recording. Um, I think this one is gonna be a story about a couple of stories actually about me and lying. I've lied an awful lot in my life, and it's got me into an awful lot of trouble. Um, but not in the classic way, I suppose. I've never. But there were times when I lied to get myself out of trouble, and that made things worse. But these stories are times where I've lied, and it's got me into trouble because I've either been lying to the wrong person or um, just lying stupidly. Uh, let's start with one of the first ones where I lied, and it was this was high school. This was actually my first high school, um, which was um, which is a story in of itself. But I had a couple of friends, and one Easter I ended up helping out my dad, and my dad works um, as an engineer, and we went to um, the art school near Wimbledon in London um, to to fix one of their pieces of machinery. Um, they, they have a couple of um, gas kilns to fire pottery, um, and my dad was fixing those, and I came back after. I'm sure it was the Easter break, and I was about 11, um, 11 or 12, and after the Easter break, I said I'd been to Wimbledon, and saying the boring stuff of me being with my dad at Wimbledon um, would probably have actually been cooler than what I ended up lying, which was that I had um, played tennis with Tim Henman, who was the British number one at the time. It was a really stupid thing to say because there was no way on earth I had ever done something like that. But because I had lied about that, and that was my first lie. Later, when it came to really cool people that I did meet, nobody ever met me. So um, that one didn't actually get me into a huge amount of actual trouble, but it did get me into a lot of social trouble whilst I was at my first high school. Um, so the second time, the second story about me lying was one of those occasions where I was lying to try and make myself seem cooler, but I forgot I was lying to my parents. So I thought, my, I know my friends would think it was cool if I managed to, if I did something as brave as keying a car. And keying a car is a really stupid thing to do. It doesn't do anybody any good. Um, and the time that I lied about it, I had this weekly chore of taking the black bin, the wheelie bin, from the end of our garden to the end of the street where it gets picked up from. Um, so I did that every Tuesday, and one Tuesday there was this car parked at the lane that I had to drag the bin down, um, and the the woman uh, that owned the car was sat in a garden, and she stared at me as I struggled past. and then shouted at me as I walked back, and um, whether you better not have scratched my car. And I went home and reiterated that to my mum, and I said that because she had been so rude and mean to me, I had keyed her car, and I hadn't. I really hadn't, and that was a really stupid mistake. I ended up being shouted into a ball of tears, and um, uh, it was awful. And my mum and dad threatened to take me to her house um, to apologise, and um, then said that if she knocked on, because she knew who I was and where I lived, that um, I would have to pay for it, and all sorts of things. Obviously, I hadn't done it, and it was I was just incredibly stupid, and it's not like it's only stories from when I was like 11, 12, 13 that I've been doing this. I mean, I've been getting myself into trouble by um, lying that I've done stuff that is stupid for a long, long time. Um, I mean, I've done it at. Uh, I'm trying to think of um, sometime I did it at uni, because I know I did it at uni. Um, that but I can't think of any. Suppose the ones that remained with you are the ones that are the most embarrassing. And by the time I got to university, it was such a common occurrence that I was doing this that it, it didn't faze me anymore. I was lying just for the sake of it, and when I occasionally got caught, it wasn't like a major deal to me anymore. Um, Whereas those first couple were really, really embarrassing. Um, so yeah, there was that. Um, so one thing you should definitely, if you learn a lesson from this, learn that you shouldn't lie. That's definitely one thing to take away from it. Don't lie to get yourself out of trouble, and definitely don't lie if you um, about things that you've done, because it it isn't cool. um, it doesn't make you any friends either, especially if the lies are obvious or you get found out. Um, you don't want that as your reputation. Um, so yeah, that's that. If you want to hear any more stories, I'll try and think up one of the university ones and another one um, for college maybe, and some more from high school, and we'll see where it goes. But if you've got any stories on this video or any others that you want me to talk about or elaborate on, feel free to comment. Rate this and subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a new video every single day. Um, Whether it's one of the ones that I've recorded today, just in case I can't do anything else, or whether it's um, one that I've recorded and uploaded on the day. Um, I will upload, well, I will make something public every day. Um, Johnny DL, out.